Alright, so today I'm here to tell you guys about a brand new series idea called Spiral Score. And it's basically a Spiral Knights themed game show where contestants will show their Spiral Knights knowledge while competing for in-game currency, such as energy or crowns. Now I'm going to show you guys the layout of the show floor and lots of information on the show before the first episode comes out so you know what's going on. Now as you can see, there's 3 podiums and then there's a little area off to the right for the host. Now, I'll be hosting the first few episodes, but as time goes on, I'll probably bring on some co-hosts. There will be 3 contestants, and a screen behind the contestants will show relevant information on each of the questions that's being asked. Now, me and the 3 contestants are going to be in a plain old Skype call, but I'm going to make everything look nice with editing so that you get a kind of finished show look to it. And hopefully this turns out. I'm really excited about it. Anyways, before each show, we're going to have a player profile area where you'll get to meet each of the players. They'll tell you a little bit about themselves so that you can kind of get an idea who they are, and I think that'll kind of help get the show going. And now I'll just tell you a little bit about kind of the basics of the show. So first off, there's going to be 20 questions. I might add more or take some away depending on feedback. Each question is going to have around a minute of answer time, and each question is worth 2,500 crowns. Now whoever has answered the most questions correctly at the end will get a bonus of 50,000 crowns. And I'm planning on the show running for about 15 minutes, give or take. And if you answer a question incorrectly, a point will be deducted from your score. So hopefully all this comes together to make a cohesive show that is entertaining as well as giving you the opportunity to learn something. Now the thing about this game show is you're not only going to be using the knowledge that you know about Spiral Knights already, but because contestants are competing over the internet, I can't just ask them not to cheat and look at the wiki and stuff. So I've decided to incorporate the use of searching for the questions within the minute time frame. So if they don't initially know the answer, they have the option to go to the internet. So basically, if you know the answer right off the top of your head, you're going to have an advantage, but you always have the internet to fall back on. Now, a big part of this show is going to be you, the viewer. I want to engage everybody that's watching so that we can get a little bit more of an interaction going. So I'm actually going to be asking you guys to get involved by coming up with questions that I'll be asking the contestants. I'll also give credit for any questions asked. Donations for prizes. We'll talk more on that a little bit after the first episode. And lots of feedback. Feedback is going to be extremely crucial because after all, you guys are the ones watching the show, and I want to make it so that you have a good time watching and you're able to learn something at the same time. So even after this introductory movie, be sure to leave some comments and let me know if you're excited for the show and if there's any more information that you'd like on the show. Because this is just kind of a brief intro video on the show, I'm not going to be obviously addressing everything. So actually, let's touch more on about the question submission process. Now, if you want to submit a question to be asked on the show, send it to Chawkthree, Chawktree, and put in SS question in the subject line, which stands for Spiral Score Question. In the body area, state your question, and be sure to include an answer. If I don't get an answer, then I'm going to have to mail you back, and that could complicate the process, which is kind of not the point here. And also by sending in questions, you are kind of lightening my load so I don't have to come up with all the questions, which can be pretty time consuming. Now, as you can see, I'll get the questions and I will reply to every question that's submitted, letting you know that I have at least read your question. Now, I will have final say on whether your question is included in the show because I do need to make sure that all the questions are not too hard or not too easy. And hopefully this process can help get you more involved in the show, and it will be pretty cool to see your own questions appear on the show. Right now I am shooting for a March 3rd launch date on the show, but depending on technical issues and other stuff, it could go a little longer, so don't be worried if it isn't out directly on the 3rd. It should be though. So anyways, I'll see you guys very soon with the first episode of this show, and hopefully you're excited for it. I'll see you in Spiral Knights.